Want to move your life in the best possible way using astrology? Well, it's time to take a look at the astrological patterns for the month of September 2022. This is such a big month. We have a lot going on. We have intensity going on. So it is time to put on your hat and maybe bobby pin it to your head because you are going to need it. Buckle up your seatbelts because September is going to be a life-changing month. The two biggest and most important things occur on September 5th and September 9th. On September 5th, Mars crosses into shadow into the retrograde zone where it will retrograde on October 31st. On October 31st, it's going to go retrograde all the way until January 12th. Now, to begin talking about this month requires me to rinse out, and rinse out well. So, whilst I'm away, take some time and contemplate the very events of this month. Alrighty, I'm back. Hopefully you have just took a second to relax. There's only one take. There's only one chance. One opportunity. Let's start talking about September 5th. So Mars is going to be in Gemini. It entered Gemini August 20th. It'll enter shadow on September 5th. It will retrograde on October 31st. It will station direct on January 12th. And then it will leave shadow on March 14th. If I'm getting that correctly, 14th through the 17th, March 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. Those are the final days for Mars shadow period. And then on March the 25th, it will exit Gemini, and then it will move into Cancer. Now, by all means, you can check out technical products. You can buy a new computer and buy a new phone, buy a new big screen TV, buy a new speaker system before September 9th. So from September 9th or October 2nd, nope, nobody can do that. Nobody can do that. The tech industries should just shut down for that period. Take a break, take a retreat, and then come back on October 3rd, ready to roll. Because it is not right for them to do their work during Mercury retrograde because things could become haywire. The technology might break down. There might be a piece missing. You may end up having a psychological footprint for a piece of technology that you have gotten, for something that you have done to the technology that you keep going back over and over and over again, and you can't get it out of your head, and it's always going to be there because you got it. You got this piece of technology during Mercury retrograde, when you are continually restructuring events that have happened in your life, and just sort of, it's like, that's how it feels when Mercury is retrograde. It's just, you're moving forward, but then you're just getting these pulls backward. When you try to work hard, you just have these thoughts that just overwhelm you, and you get crazy in your mind. You get overwhelmed and stressed and maybe down in the dumps, depressed, feeling very, very ungrounded. It's like, that kind of thing. So I'm not going to continue doing it, but that's how it feels when Mercury is retrograde, and retrograde in a very strong sign. They'll move into Virgo. And Mars is going to enter shadow on September 5th. So it's going to be that period where it's going to cross. So yes, take care of the things, initiate all the things that you want to initiate, because on September 9th, that's going to be, that window is going to close. That door is going to lock, and you're stuck in your house until October 2nd, more metaphorically speaking. So I'm making this video on August 29th, so you have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 11 days to start anything that you want to start. After that, it's not worth it. The conspiracies and the superstitions, no, they do not exist. Why don't they exist? Because too many astrologers have proved otherwise. Too many astrologers have said otherwise. That, okay, these things happen during Mercury retrograde. Don't do this, don't do that. It's really quite true. Mercury is taking time to take a nap. It's like a cosmic mental nap. And it will awaken again, and then it will sort of get itself awake through the shadow phase, through that next shadow phase, until it gets back to normal, and then it moves on. So with that said, I'm going to move to the real important event that's happening, and that is that Mercury is going to go retro. Mercury is going to go in R, and Mercury is going to spend some time in a hospital bed. Hopefully without a tube up its nose like I had. It was miserable. Living hell. Absolutely living hell. But so Mercury is going to have an operation, and he will be going through that and then spending time in the or going home. Maybe this is a better metaphor to use. Going home, going in his house, shutting the doors, going on a retreat for almost a month, 3 weeks time. And if you are considering doing any spiritual work, then you are going to hit the jackpot. I do want to announce that I will be offering a spiritual workshop during the Mercury retrograde period, and every Mercury retrograde that comes about. It will be every day. It'll be little things that you can do, little practices. It won't be this big live attunement type thing, but it will be beneficial and influential and important for people to, meditate and journal, get all the thoughts out of their head, calm their minds down, pull oracle cards, connect to the divine, like what would be right for me at this time. And then I'm using my free will. I'm getting the advice and I'm getting the inspiration and the invitation from spirit. But then I can make my own choices. I have that power and I have that independent responsibility. So I will be offering that. I do know that Colette Baron Reed's Oracle Palooza Virtual, which no one will be allowed to go to and attend, will be the weekend of September 16th through September 18th. So on the technical side of things, it's not going to be as successful. Well, it may not be as successful as smooth on the spiritual side of things. Yeah, I think that you're just going to amp up the button, because when Mercury is retrograde, we go back over the internal mental clutter, the internal psychological events and thoughts and feelings, and we're going to reevaluate those things. And it will be going retrograde in Libra, so look at our relationships of, looking at how balanced are we to the other person, or how harmonious are we, and are we being diplomatic and fair. Like if you come up against oil and water situation with an authority figure, for instance, or a relationship, those kind of triggers might come up. And then Mercury will move into Virgo and might get really, really critical over ourselves and our bodily health, and if others outside are criticizing us. And, there is a lot of ideas, a lot to bring into the Mercury retrograde. And I have videos on my YouTube channel and posts on my Facebook page that you can go view to see, of these things are going to be happening. Sometimes there'll be written posts, sometimes there'll be videos. I think written posts are, just to be fair, easier, because I can easily sit down and I can use less power of my computer or phone and type text away. But I will still, I still want to do videos as well. So I'll break down the different stages of the Mercury retrograde season from, there's going to be 6 parts. I've already done the first 2 parts, Mercury in Virgo and Mercury in Libra. The second 2 parts, Mercury retrograde in Libra, that'll be posted around the 9th of September. Then Mercury retrograde in Virgo later into the month of September. And then Mercury direct in Virgo in October. And then Mercury direct in Libra until the end of Mercury in Libra, beyond the shadow period, moving into Mercury in Scorpio. Now, we have that going on. And then we have, let's back up a little bit. Now, on September 2nd and 3rd, we have Mars opposite Jupiter. And so Mars will be in, we have Mercury opposite Jupiter, excuse me. And this can bring a lot of ideas and insights and big broad visions and fantastical, beautiful, lifelong, ventures for you to go on, new little things to try, new books to read, new videos to watch, new editing softwares to, I know today I tried out a new editing software. So, it was complicated to set up and to try to configure, but I took some time and I figured it out. So any new thing, there's an like really being optimistic, like really just, not being afraid to try something and going on that adventure, just having fun and just stimulating your mind and going on new experiences, hang gliding, going into a historical museum, going into a library and choosing new books, going to attend a speech, or even, having friends and extended family over and listening to them as they're talking and really engaging in conversation and, learning and stretching your imagination, stretching your mind, and coming up with new things to talk about in conversation as well. So there's just some ideas for Mars opposite Jupiter, but be careful, because with Mars opposite Jupiter, you need to have the details before you take off. Then we also have Mercury, communication in your mind, trining Mars action. So you really think of something and be on a goal about it and do it. And talk about, have a lot of determination and passion into what we're saying, and a quick, sharp mind into what we are doing, and our body and mind both sitting in the seat together, driving us forward. On September 10th, we have a spectacular full moon in Pisces. And this full moon will be conjunct Neptune. It'll be kind of minorly, but it will be square to Mars. So it's the full moon in Pisces. So the sun will be in Virgo, moon will be in Pisces. This will bring about the dream versus the reality. And our health care, attending to the little details, our mental health, our emotional health, getting up and doing our rituals in the morning, exercising, getting on a diet, eating healthily, taking a walk with the dog, getting up on a ladder and taking care of the stuff that we need to do around our house, versus the things that are immaterial, that have no form, the circumstances and the synchronicities and epiphanies that come about without any concrete and material evidence. And so that'll be the balance here with this. So any, again, I sound like a broken record, but any altered state that you can get into, feel that peaceful, blissful oneness, and to feel elevated to a brand new frequency, and you have a whole new, abundant, graceful, peaceful feeling of power and calm and contentment and security in yourself. That is really the high road. But squaring Mars, moon, the moon will be square Mars. Again, argumentation, volatility like the new moon in Virgo that we just had on the 27th. But going after something with passion, but remembering to tame the lion. Which is interesting because Mars rules Aries, and it's the sign before Leo, which is ruled by the lion, but Aries is symbolized by the ram. And then on the 19th, we have Venus and Uranus. So we have Venus trining Uranus. Venus-Uranus is, what are your values? What do you find beautiful in life, relationships, and suddenly changing them. So you may feel that way, and you can make really grounded decisions about what you want to change, or any earth matter, be it planting or um, quilting, sewing, your taxes, your work, any kind of project, um, designing a bookshelf, any kind of practical thing, anything that's practical that you want to suddenly alter and turn upside down on its head. On the 22nd, we have the sun moving into Libra. This is so beautiful. Sun's going to cross over into Libra, and I will be singing Hallelujah, because this is the warmth of the harvest of the fall time to get the hygge going. It's just so wonderful. I think I might take a walk, outside my house when the sun moves into Libra. Whatever day I am free, whatever day of the week that may be. But I'm very, very excited for that. And so sun will move into Libra. Our focus will be relationships and balance, very similar to Mercury in Libra, which Mercury will enter Libra in next month in October. But it's just, we want to really think about the other and find the beauty in relationships and all there is in that realm. Let's fast forward to the 24th. So in Gjokan astrology, remember, we have Venus moving into Libra. And it's going to be opposite Jupiter. This is very, very minor. So, we want to expand versus what we really love. Maybe conflicted, but even more huge is we have Mars trining Saturn. So Mars in Gemini, Saturn in Aquarius. We can really, really focus and put our nose to the grindstone and get what we need done. And again, make very practical decisions over things and really start something and see it through. Really, really work hard and make progress on anything that you're doing in life, and to be disciplined and not give up and not procrastinate with this Mars trining Saturn. And that will be exact September 29th, and that'll be the end event. And there'll be a new moon in Libra at the end of the month. Going into its energies into the first part of October, which is the initiation of the fall, with being, loving ourselves in relationship, balancing ourselves in relationship, and all the themes with that new moon. So spectacular, so special. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.